the number 57 of Matt Glab, and the 67 of Corey Knox.
Thanks, Druz. We're into the final round of heats for tonight. Polly and Watts are scratching some this one. Set for a dispatch. The green lights come on, they're away. And Anthony Bear moves up on the outside immediately and takes the lead and drives right away from them. Look at that. He's out by 7, 8, 9, 10 car lengths. Oh, Struth charging in like a wounded bull. Oh dear. That was Hamish McAlpine.
I think it's fair to say not only can Western Australians not cheer really loud, but Hamish McAlpine is having a shocking weekend. Every heat race, something has gone wrong for the 102 of Hamish McAlpine.
Well, he used Mitchell Viney as a brake to come out of turn number 4. That might be a bit harsh, but he spun him around and it's actually wrecked a couple of cars, because this car here, poor old Todd Rose, in 21, he said he's now got trouble steering that car, Todd Rose. 9 cars to go around. Green flag at the ready. So we recommence round number 3. Out of turn 4. Green flag on display. We're away and racing yet again. Anthony Bear leads as they move down the main straight from Matt Crawford. So move out of turn number 2. Also coming into the picture is Michael Clark. But the car out in front is a rocket ship. He's already opened up a 6-7 car length advantage over the rest of them as they run 3/4 track high into the main straight. Anthony Bear crosses the strike with an 18.728, which is the quickest we've seen in recent times. Crawford in 2nd place, Jenkins in 3rd, Mick Clark 4th. Here comes another move. This is on Matt Crawford down into turn number 3. And Hamish McAlpine running the concrete. Out of turn 4 they come. Jenkins in 2nd place. 3rd place 119 Matt Crawford, then Hamish McAlpine in 4th. Back in 5th place is Michael Clark, then Corey Knox. Kerry Weston is next, then Todd Rose and Matthew Glab. So pretty good battle for the minor placings, but our leader is well clear. Anthony Bear has 9 to go. 18.542. No one's gone quicker than that, I can tell you. Whoops, trouble here. McAlpine and Mick Clark, and Mick Clark has finished McAlpine off. Yellow lights have come on. And we've got another stoppage. Chief Steward on the JOB once again. I'll just watch the display panel here and wait for a mouse to click on a name. Here we go. Mouse is hovering. Hamish McAlpine. So he's got about 10 people around that car at the moment. Did not finish. Hamish McAlpine gone. So the mouse has hovered and Hamish McAlpine is excluded. The marathon that is night number 1 of the National Street Stock title. This is heat 23. All about set to go. Anthony Bear leads them into the main straight. We're back underway. Jenkins back in 3rd place. Crawford, Clark, Knox, Weston, Rose and Glab. They make their way out of turn 1 and 2, and Anthony Bear leads by 5 car lengths on Dean Jenkins as they storm up into turn number 3. Back in 3rd place is Matt Crawford as they move into the main straight. Back then to Clark in 4th, and then the 67 of Corey Knox. Kerry Weston, then back to Todd Rose and the 57 car of Matthew Glab. Down the back straight, the races for 3rd place at the moment as we move into turn number 2 and down the back straight. Our race leader is well clear, Anthony Bear. Back in 2nd place. Giving great chase, it must be said, is Dean Jenkins. Then the battle is on for 3rd, 4th and 5th, as you can see. At home, Crawford in third, back in fourth is Clark, and Knox in fifth place. So run up near the fence. Clark dives to the middle of the track and comes underneath the Crawford, but Crawford fights back. Back then to Knox in fifth, and then back to Kerry Weston having a lonely race in sixth. So move down into turn 3 and 4 again. Bear your race leader. Second place is Jenkins. Crawford. Under Crawford comes the 48 car of Clark and the 67 of Corey Knox. Back then to Kerry Weston. Then we have Glab and Rose. Down the back straight they go yet again. The race leader is Anthony Bear from Dean Jenkins. Back then in third place is Crawford. The Tasmanian doing a great job. Underneath him now comes Mick Clark. And with them is the 67 car of Corey Knox. As Anthony Bear goes around two of the back markers in one foul swoop. That was Matthew Glab and Todd Rose. Laps ticking by, 3 to go this time around. Rose is on the infield, rejoins now as Clark, Knox, and the 119 car of Matt Crawford. Continue this battle for third, fourth and fifth. Bear comes into the main straight with 2 laps to go. Back in second place is still Dean Jenkins, Clark, Knox, and 119 of Matt Crawford. Third, fourth and fifth as Anthony Bear comes up for the second last time of his racing tonight. Gets the white flag. Second is Jenkins. Third is Clark. Fourth place still belongs to Knox. And back then to the 119 of Matt Crawford. But as he comes out at turn number 4, ladies and gentlemen, the national champion is going to make it awfully hard for everybody else. He's first home. 3 from 3 for Anthony Bear. Back in second place, Dean Jenkins. Third across the line will go to Mick Clark. Fourth place, 67 of Corey Knox. Matt Crawford is next. Kerry Weston, Matthew Glad, and Todd Rose. No time for the race due to the stoppage. The winning margin, 3.018 seconds. Quick lap was the fastest we've had all night, 18.542 by Anthony Bear, who defeats Dean Jenkins and Michael Clark.
How about it, Mildura? You're defending Australian champion, 3 from 3. Anthony Bear, mate. That looked like it was a hell of a ride. 18.5 second lap time, the quickest lap time this weekend so far.
That's good. There's going to be a few cars on the same point, so it's good to put a lap time in. But yeah, give me a racetrack against the boards. It was starting to go off down the other end, but the racetrack up the top finally, so it was a good thing. And yeah, I just had to pick me points, and that's where we were. And I don't know if anyone was there. I just committed to the top, and if they're going to go under me, they could have it.
We had a quick chat to you early on, mate. You said you're going to throw some things at this car with that automatic start. Obviously, you want to start up the front, but have you been doing many things with this car?
We've definitely played with it, and Squiggles helped me out up there, and it's made this thing ride a bump a lot better than anybody else's this weekend. So that's one big thing that we've had to work on with this race car. And right now, it's doing what it's meant to do. But I've been in this spot before and looked like an idiot in the final. So we'll be there somewhere. It should give us a start now. No matter what happens tomorrow, just we've got to do the right thing and get it off the front somewhere and make the job easier.
Well, no worries. First heat out, mate. You can put the car in the trailer and watch the rest of the racing for the rest of the night.
We'll go get some drinks on the bank, eh?
There you go. Your current defending champion, Anthony Bear.
So Andy Maxwell Jr. in the 71 car on this occasion. Here we go. This is heat number 24 of the national title. All about set to go once again. Into the main straight we come for a start. Good even dispatch as they move down the main straight the first time. And our race leader is the 83 car of Scott Mason. Charge coming around the outside by the green car. And I can tell you now, it's going to be on for young and old in a moment, because Lenny Bates has got Mason there. Blomley in third. Then in fourth place is Thompson. Underneath of Thompson comes Morris Ahern. Brumfield further back in the field as Lenny Bates now looks to the inside of Mason as they come out of turn number 3 and 4. He goes up wide, cuts off Mason's run, and coming underneath will be that of the 61 of Blomley. We've got a car around up there in turn number 3 and 4. It's the 55 car. And it's 155 actually, Matthew Maynard. And what a coincidence. We've lost a panel off a car. The whole side of someone's car has come off again. Up there in turn number 3. Plenty of bad luck. All about set to go. Back underway. Mason leads them down the main straight. Now the challenge is not from Lenny Baines because he's on the infield. It's from Dale Blomley. So move down the back straight for first lap back under green. Peter Thompson's there. Morris Ahern's up there in 3rd place. We have a change for the lead too. So coming to the main straight, Blomley takes over from Mason. 154 in 3rd place. Morris Ahern goes underneath of Mason as well. Right round the outside, the Red Jigger from the Northern Territory rides the wall. 4th place is still that of Thompson. Underneath now of Brumfield comes the green car driven by Andy Maxwell Jr. And Brumfield's out of noise again in the 5 car. Further back to 103, Sean Henry, Jamie Collins and Matthew Maynard. So we've got a good race out in front for the lead. Morris Ahern shown plenty of good speed tonight in the 154 car, but it's still in the hands of 61 Dale Blomley from Ahern. Back in 3rd place, the 99er Peter Thompson. 4th place at this point is Andy Maxwell Jr. and then Scott Mason as they run the back straight. And we've got a new leader. The mechanical defect flag has been shown now to the Northern Territory 5 of Justin Brumfield. He finally goes infield. So Brumfield infield as Ahern continues to lead Blomley. Back in 3rd place, Peter Thompson, who's just ahead of Andy Maxwell Jr. And they've dropped off the 83 of Scott Mason. Out of out of turn 4 they'll come at the halfway mark and they'll head up into Pitts Bend. There's Ahern out in front from Bromley. Thompson and Maxwell Jr. go across the line practically together. That's for 3rd and 4th place. Back in 5th place, we've got Scott Mason as Matthew Maynard retires in car 155. So they're falling by the wayside, almost a car a lap at the moment. 5 to go for Ahern from Blomley. Andy Maxwell Jr. into 3rd now. He's up on the outside. Back on the inside is Peter Thompson, then Scott Mason, Sean Henry, and the last car running is Jamie Collins, who's about to be rounded up by Morris Ahern. The battle now is for 2nd place. Ahern clear with 4 to go. Here's the battle between Blomley, Maxwell Jr. and Thompson. Up into the top turn, Pitts Bend. Maxwell Jr. literally driving the 71 car like he stole it because it wasn't his. It was his father's before this race, but he's taken over in a substitute car and he's moved into 2nd place. Back in 3rd place, it's Blomley. On the outside is Thompson. And back then to Mason in 5th place. They move out of Pitts Bend and down the back straight. It's a 1-horse affair. Morris Ahern is well clear. He'll come out of turn 4 with 2 laps to go. So Ahern leads this one through nearly by the length of the straight. Back in 2nd place, we've got Andy Maxwell Jr., Peter Thompson, Dale Blomley, and then back to Scott Mason, Sean Henry, and a lap down or so is Jamie Collins. White flag comes out. There's 1 lap to go in heat number 24. Back in 2nd place, it's Andy Maxwell Jr. 3rd place is Peter Thompson, then Blomley, Mason, then back to Henry and the Skyliner Jamie Collins. But put your hands together for him. He moves out of turn number 4 into the main straight, and Morris Ahern wins heat number 24 of the national title. Andy Maxwell Jr. will be 2nd from the back of the field in the substitute car, so it's a pretty good drive from him. 3rd place will go the way of 61 Dale Blomley. Then back to 83 of Scott Mason, Peter Thompson, Sean Henry, and back at the tail is Jamie Collins. No time for the race due to a stoppage. 5.984 was the winning margin, and the quick lap at 19.053 by Morris Ahern, who defeats Andy Maxwell Jr. and Dale Blomley.
I know this one's going to be a crowd favourite. Heat winner Morris Ahern. Put your hands in the air, bang them together, make some noise. Mate, you needed that one after that last heat race.
Yeah, what a night we've had. Locking up a diff in the first heat. Damage from the hit up the backside. Broke all the inside of the wheel arch. That cut the tyre in the second heat. And yeah, here we are now, but juicy's bad fast.
What do you think of the track that time out? You obviously got to do the full 12 laps, mate. Looks like it's pretty quick up there on the boards.
Yeah, I love this joint anytime. Rough. First two heats didn't worry me. It's just a car let me down. Yeah, bring on whatever they put down.
And just real quick, mate, I know you got sponsors and also car owners and crew and stuff like that.
Huge thanks to the boys in the pits, Albert, Stephen, Ricky, Georgia, Vicky on the hill, my kids, and big thanks to Raztech and Mental Raceway. Thank you.
Well, there you go. Heat winner Morris Ahern finally got one in the books. Of Sean Jenkins, and rounding out your field, the W105 of Jace Kempton.
Here we go, heat number 25, 10 cars to go around. Into the main straight we come. Racing, green lights are on. And they're 1, 2, 3, 4 wide down the main straight. Jace Kempton and Stephen Harvey from the back half of the field made great progress. And the blue car number 4 on the side, 9 on the roof. Stephen Harvey's already rounded up a few of them. And following him through is Jace Kempton as they move out of turn number 4 the first time. It's the Mayor of South Australian Street Stock, Darren Flatman, out in front. Mick Dan in second place in car 129. Then Andrew Jordan, Stephen Harvey now into 4th place as they move out of turn number 2 and down the back straight. Back in 5th place, Jace Kempton. And then we've got Jaden Edwards by the looks of it. The next one through as they move out. No, it's not Jaden Edwards. We'll pick him up as he comes into the main straight in 6th place. It is 162, sorry, Philip Watson, then John Riley, Kayla Knox, and well, we've got one car here going the wrong way. Right in front of us, the yellow lights have come on. And it's Sean Jenkins. Ten to go. Heat 25 of 33. Into the main straight, the green flag is out. We're away and racing. And the 72 car of Darren Flatman leads them down the main straight from Mick Dan. 3rd place, diving down low on the track, Andrew Jordan. Here comes Harvey and Kempton, and we've got a change for the lead as Darren Flatman bounces off the concrete. Harvey dives low. Kempton is riding the wall. 2 wide, with 2 wheels on the track. He was halfway across the top of the 72 of Darren Flatman. Kempton's got damage, and he'll be out of the race. He can't steer that car. He rode the wall for a long way around there, turn number 1 and 2, 3 and 4. He was committed to go to the outside of Flatman, who ran wide. Let's hope we got that on the coverage as they move out of 3 and 4. We did. Out in front is Mick Dan. Jordan in 2nd place. Harvey 3rd. Back then to Watson in 4th. John Riley and Darren Flatman as they move down into the back straight once again. It's Mick Dan, our race leader, with 7.5 to go. Well, 3rd place, Stephen Harvey's got all out of shape. This could end in tears. Good rescue. And 5th and 6th place, we're able to get past him. Darren Flatman the inside, and on the outside, John Riley. The race continues, and our race leader is Mick Dan. So Mick Dan out in front from Jordan, Watson, John Riley. They're starting to spread themselves out like Brown's cows as they come into the main straight with 6 to go. Dan, Jordan, back in 3rd place, Philip Watson, then Riley, Harvey, Darren Flatman. That's the top half dozen. Flatman's car starting to smoke rather dramatically, and I don't think he'll see out the distance either. Into the main straight, Mick Dan is out in front. 2nd place is the 89 car of Andrew Jordan. Philip Watson in 3rd. Another one retires with a flat tyre, 144, John Riley. It is certainly survival of the fittest. So move out of turn 3 and 4. Our race leader starting to round up the back markers. Passing flag being shown to the 14 of Jared Wilkinson. So Dan out in front. Andrew Jordan not all that far behind. Philip Watson behind him. So head down the back straight. The passing flag is becoming a constant in the concluding stages of this one. Dan, the race leader from Jordan, Watson. Fourth place is Stephen Harvey in car number 9, who's got to try and make amends for a huge mistake down there in turn number 3 as Mick Dan does another lap, gets under another car, comes into the main straight and will have 2 to go. Dan, the race leader from Jordan, Watson. Back then in fourth place is Harvey, as Jared Wilkinson puts a lap on the 72 car of Darren Flatman, who is being also lapped by Harvey. The white flag comes on display. Mick Dan will lead them into the main straight for the final time in heat number 25 of the national title. Second place is Victoria 89 of Andrew Jordan, then South Australia 162 Philip Watson, and then Stephen Harvey. But Mick Dan moves down the back straight the final time. Comes out of 3 and 4. Put your hands together for him, ladies and gentlemen. Mick Dan first across the line. Second home, who chased very hard too, Andrew Jordan. Margin was only 0.8 of a second in the end. Back in third was Philip Watson, then Stephen Harvey. Then fifth across the line will probably be Kayla Knox from Sean Jenkins, Jared Wilkinson and Darren Flatman. No time for the race due to the stoppage, 0.809 the winning margin, 19.555 by Darren Flatman early in the race was the quick lap. But it's Mick Dan first, Andrew Jordan second, and third home was Philip Watson.
Down here with heat winner Hollywood Mick Dan. Mick, first time having a chat here, but you've actually taken 2 heat wins here tonight.
Yeah, disappointed on that. I didn't get to chat to you before, but listen, tough break to Dean Jenkins. That's no way in the world do I want to win a heat like that, and he's a good guy, so I feel for him, but this is Aussie title. We'll take the points any way we can get them.
And just quickly, mate, your read on the track. You said up there on the boards is fun, get running at old school.
Yeah, it's good if you can get it right. There's a couple of decent holes coming out of 2 and coming out of 4. If you can get above them, it's actually really, really good, and the car feels good, and you just got to be committed. And Big D ran the boards before him. The old man come in the pits and goes, "Oh, Big D must have big balls. He ran the boards." You probably won't do that, so I don't know if he was a bit of play on words there or G me up, I don't know.
No worries, mate. Well, you can put the car in the trailer and enjoy the rest of the action out on track.
Thanks very much.
Travis Hutchinson, we're set to go green here at B&S Earthworks Timber Speedway.
Thanks, Draz. Yes, this is the next qualifying heat, heat number 26. They move out of turn number 3 and 4 into the main straight. We are 4 wide. The green lights have come on. See what happens here as they move down into turn number 1 and 2. Jamie Locke, the race leader from Matt Hammond. Also coming through quickly would be Travis Hutchison. The green lights remain on. Paul Briggs, I think it is, who ran off the track there in the back straight, and he's gone back a few spots. So it's Locke out in front from Hutchison, Hammond. Then the 81 car is Campton. On the outside is Ethan Genev. Also there is Eugene Bennett. And Paul Briggs is back in 7th place as Matt Hammond goes infield. And he is OUT out. So chocolates to board lollies for Matt Hammond. Or from rooster to feather duster even. He's gone right back and on the infield. So he's gone with a flat tyre. So he won the last heat race. He's not going to finish this one. Out of turn 2 and down the back straight, it's Jamie Locke out in front from Travis Hutchison. Ethan Genev in 3rd place with a car that has spun over on the back straight, but he keeps the car going. And that could be, let's have a look, that's Paul Briggs that spun over there. So he kept the race going, which is one good thing. Locke, Hutchison, Genev, Campton, Bennett, Parks, Jensen, Wilkinson, and Paul Briggs. Into the main straight they come again. Locke out in front with a 19.357 that time around. Hutchison in 2nd place. A gap back to Ethan Genev. A gap then to Dylan Campton. A few car lengths to Eugene Bennett. Then back to Parks, Jensen, Wilkinson. Oh! We got one upside down. That's Ethan Genev. Has rolled over on the back straight. I just caught the tail end of that. And we've got our first rollover of the night. And it's Ethan Genev from Western Australia who's tumbled over. So we got our first red. Into the main straight they'll come and they'll get the green lights. We'll be back underway here at Timmins. Racing, Jamie Locke leads Travis Hutchison to the greens. In fact, Hutchison's car didn't go. Got going now, but they're giving Jamie Locke an almighty start. Back in third place is Dylan Campton. A couple of others starting to make their presence felt. So head down the back straight. Corey Jetson from Tasmania moves up to fourth place. Paul Briggs is there in sixth as they move down the main straight. It's a Locke from Hutchison. Back then to Campton. Also up there is Corey Jetson. The 36 car of Greg Parks is in fifth place and Paul Briggs in sixth. So head down the back straight, then Dylan Wilkinson and Nikita Wilson. Out of Pittsburgh they come yet again. The halfway mark. Jamie Locke doing a great job out in front. We've got a car in the fence over on the back straight. It's Nikita Wilson in number 92. Almost identical place to where Ethan Genev rolled over. But I think that might be a result of something else because there's another car on the infield as well. That's Dylan Wilkinson, I think, from WA to fix it. Here we go. Seven to go for Jamie Locke. Travis Hutchison doesn't let Jamie Locke get away this time as the green lights come back on. We're away. Campton in third, Jetson, Park and Paul Briggs. Back then to the 92 of Wilson and Eugene. Is it Eugene Bennett? No, it's Dylan Wilkinson, the last car running at the moment. So head down the back straight. Our race leader comes out at turn 3 and 4. Jamie Locke is your leader from Travis Hutchison. The battle is for third. 4 cars fighting for third place at the moment. Campton is in that position from Jetson. Back then to Park and also Paul Briggs. The Tasmanian Jetson looking to come underneath the Dylan Campton. So they run into the main straight. Down the main straight they come. Locke, Hutchison, Jetson, Campton, Parks and Briggs. So even though the order hasn't changed, it's still pretty close for that third place. Our race leader is running right away with it though. He's out by 1.5 seconds with 4 to go. Jamie Locke comes into the main straight. Second place is Hutchison. Here's the battle. Paul Briggs gets under 2 here, gets under Parks and also under Jetson, who seems to be running out of noise. So Paul Briggs now up behind Campton. That's for third place. So Campton and Briggs, they're a long way behind our leaders though, but that's where the battle is. Locke has 3 to go. He's just done the quick lap at 19.312. Paul Briggs is up high on the track now, maybe diving low on the track to come under Campton. Can't get it done down there in turn number 1. So he now tries the outside run and gets it. So Paul Briggs moves into third. Campton back to fourth. Parks fifth. Jetson sixth with an ailing car. Then the 92 car is next, which is Nikita Wilson, who's the last car running. Into the back straight goes Jamie Locke with 1.5 laps left to go. Locke out in front. Second place is Travis Hutchison. Briggs still third, then Campton in fourth, and then Greg Parks in fifth place. So the white flag is on display. They're homeward bound in heat number 26 of the national title. So Locke goes around Nikita Wilson, then Hutchison second, Briggs, then back in fourth place is Campton, then Parks, and then there's the checkered flag. Bring him home, ladies and gentlemen. Jamie Locke wins heat number 26. Second home will be Travis Hutchison from Queensland. Paul Briggs from Western Australia will be third. Dylan Campton fourth. Back in fifth place is Greg Parks in 36. Corey Jetson will be sixth in 137, and Nikita Wilson will round out the finishes. 2.889 was the winning margin. 19.312 was the quick lap by...
2 from 3 is not a bad go for this young fella. Jamie Locke, mate from Bendigo. Got to be happy with that.
Yeah, we been a fair bit of stuff in that last one. We had to swap out the K-frame and the whole front end, so I just say a massive thanks to all my crew, Reg Corbett, Colin Forbes, all the guys lent parts, Steph, Aaron, Dad, Sean, Wall. So yeah, it's been a pretty big little stint then. So
no worries, mate. You look rather pooped, so we'll let you get back in the pits, get up in the hill, mate, and enjoy the last few races for the evening.
Yeah, thanks, man.
7 of Jason, the rock star to Goldie, and he'll have Jason spin Oldfield on his outside, and we'll throw back up to the box to Jason Crow.
Thanks very much. We're underway. Bailey Heinrich and Hayden Norman lead them down the main straight the first time, and Jamie Oldfield is there as well. 3 across the track for the lead. Oldfield on the inside, Hayden Norman the outside, and in the middle is Bailey Heinrich, and the 2 West Australians have split up the South Australian into 3rd place, and there's a traffic jam behind them, but it's the 2-time national champion Jamie Oldfield out in front. 2nd place is Hayden Norman, the 2017 WA champion in 2nd place. Heinrich 3rd, then back to Alan Spence. Ben Riley trying to come underneath of him, and then further back to Corey Bald. Nathan Russell, who's had a good night to this point, is way back in the field at this stage, with Jason Goldie and Jason Oldfield, Matt Atkinson and Bradley Thompson. So move down the main straight, Atkinson retires. Have a look at the battle for the lead as they move out of turn number 2 and back down the back straight, and Bailey Heinrich is coming back as they come out of turn 3 and 4. The race leader is Jamie Oldfield. The 2nd place is Bailey Heinrich, then Hayden Norman. Back in 4th place of 54 of Ben Riley, then Corey Bald in 5th, then Nathan Russell, Alan Spence, Jason Oldfield and Jason Goldie. Bailey Heinrich gives the 2-time national champion the hurry up, gives him a tap on the back end. Bailey Heinrich down low on the track, on the outside Jamie Oldfield, Hayden Norman right there with them, back there to Ben Riley, 3 of them across the track up there in Pitts Bend. The race leader is Jamie Oldfield. In 2nd place it is that of Bailey Heinrich. Hayden Norman comes back and goes into 2nd place. They come out of 3 and 4, and it is Jamie Oldfield out in front in 51, and then back to Norman, Heinrich, then Riley, Bald, then we got Nathan Russell in 6th, Jason Goldie 7th, Spence in 8th place, then back in 9th place would be Jason Oldfield, and 10th is Bradley Thompson. They come out of 3 and 4. Jamie Oldfield down low on the track leads Hayden Norman. Back in 3rd place is that of car number 86 of Bailey Heinrich. Then back to Riley, Bald and Russell. That's the top half dozen. They move out of Pitts Bend and down the back straight once again. Jamie Oldfield leads by 0.6 of a second. Back then to the 2017 WA champion Hayden Norman. 3rd place is that of Bailey Heinrich. A gap back then to the Tasmanian trio of Riley, Bald and Russell. Down the main straight with 5 to go. Jamie Oldfield's lead is 0.8 of a second. Not giving up is Hayden Norman, and neither is Bailey Heinrich. Back to Riley, Bald, Russell, Jason Goldie and Alan Spence. They'll come out of turn 4 with 4 laps to go. Jamie Oldfield, this is the longest he's gone without getting a flat tyre. Oh, and Hayden Norman's bonnet pins are coming up. The bonnet starting to lift on the 76 car in 2nd place. Bailey Heinrich runs in 3rd. Back in 4th place it's Ben Riley from Corey Bald, and then Nathan Russell in 6th place. Out of turn 4 they come with 3 laps to go. Oldfield, Norman, Heinrich. The next car through is Riley, Bald, Russell, Goldie, then Spence, then back to Jason Oldfield, and Bradley Thompson rounds out the 10, still running with Matt Atkinson, sadly sitting there on the infield. 2 to go. Jamie Oldfield out in front from Hayden Norman and Bailey Heinrich. Corey Bald trying to get underneath of Riley there in 4th place. Back then to Nathan Russell. So the 2 times national champion who won in 2005 and 2010 comes into the main straight with 1 to go. 2nd place, Hayden Norman. Back to Heinrich in 3rd place. 4th place is the 77 of Bald, then Riley, then Russell, Goldie, Spence. 2nd last is Bradley Thompson and Jason Oldfield at the tail. In fact, Oldfield goes back around Thompson. There's the checkered flag though, and Jamie Oldfield is first home. 2nd home is Hayden Norman. 3rd place will be Bailey Heinrich. A gap back in 4th place is Corey Bald. 5th place will be Ben Riley, then Nathan Russell, Jason Goldie, Alan Spence. 2nd last will be Jason Oldfield in car 95, and Brad Thompson rounds out the 10 finishers. 3 minutes 54.629. That went the full distance without a stoppage. That is the fastest 12 laps of the night. 3:54.629. The winning margin 2.343 seconds. The quick lap was by Bailey Heinrich in 19.248, but he finished 3rd. Hayden Norman was 2nd, and your winner was...
Come on, West Aussies in the crowd. Now's your time to make plenty of noise for Jamie Oldfield. Jamie, mate, you managed to keep all 4 tyres upright that time and you got the heat win. Obviously need the points big time.
Yeah, absolutely. We've had a shocker so far, and we needed to win that one, and I think we're going to have to win the next one in tomorrow night to even make the C main. You know, with this amount of cars, so we just got to get in the show, and you know, at least if we make the C, we're in with a shot, and we'll give it a go. But while I'm here, I've got to thank Ash for helping out. Everyone who's helped me get over here and be part of this. It's a big deal to come over here and race, you know, with 130 cars, and we're certainly putting in as much effort as we can. Last night we worked non-stop and tried to make the car better, and we've done that. You know, we just keep plugging away.
No worries, mate. I know if you can make the C main 2010's to go by, you can definitely get there to the front of the A main.
Yeah, one thing we've learnt is don't give up until, you know, the last minute, and we're certainly not going to give up yet.
No worries, mate. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Out of position number 8 will be the S58 of Neville Nitsky. Out of position number 9 will be the 147 of Robert Locke. And rounding out your field will be the S116 of Brian Brown.
Thanks, Truss, as we get ready for a start. We're away and racing in another heat race. Heat 28, we're still going. Robert Trapp leads Lee Gooding down into turn number 1. And the challengers are coming thick and fast in this one as they move out of turn number 2 and down the back straight. Jaden Dredge is there, Peter Bryant, Darryl Atkinson. There's the charge of the Light Brigade as they move out of turn number 4 the first time into the main straight. Out in front, it's the 73 car of Robert Trapp, Robbie Fisher, Lee Gooding, Troy Russell, Jaden Dredge. Atkinson is there as well. Atkinson comes up on the outside and takes another spot as they move down the back straight. He's up now behind Troy Russell. Coming down on the inside there would be Lee Gooding on Robbie Fisher. Fisher's gone right at back on the outside. On the inside is Russell. They're 3 across the track in for second place. Russell down low on the track. Lee Gooding in the middle. On the outside is Robbie Fisher. And while they're all fighting for second place, look at our race leader. The Queensland champion, Robert Trapp, has absolutely split the scene. He comes into the main straight. He's going to have a massive lead. Down the main straight he comes. Russell in second place is some 2.5 seconds behind after just 3 laps. Back in third place, it's Lee Gooding. On the outside, or tucking to the inside, is Atkinson. On the outside is Robbie Fisher, then Jaden Dredge. Right behind him is Brian Brown. Further back then to Peter Bryant. Then we've got Neville Nitschke and Robert Locke. Into the main straight they come. Our race leader is out by 2.7 seconds. Robert Trapp is driving away from them. Back in second place, the 5 times Tasmanian champion, Troy Russell. Quickest last night in official practice. Back then to Lee Gooding. Atkinson in 4th place. Coming up on the outside is Robbie Fisher. Jaden Dredge is there and Brian Brown. They come into the main straight. Here's the battle. Lee Gooding, Atkinson, Dredge, Fisher. On the inside of Fisher is Brian Brown. Into the back straight they go once again. Our leader has half a dozen to go. Heat 28. And he's slowing. The race leader is slowing. Into the back straight. We'll keep an eye on it. The race leader is very much slowing. Here comes Troy Russell. The race leader won't be the race leader much longer. Robert Trapp is going to go from Rooster to Feather Duster. Unfortunately, he's going to be back in second and way back through the field by the time this one's over. Third place is Lee Gooding. 4th place is Darryl Atkinson, then Jaden Dredge. Back in 6th place, Brian Brown, and then Robbie Fisher. Into Pittspen they come, and Troy Russell has a commanding lead all of a sudden over Lee Gooding and Atkinson. Poor old Robert Trapp needed that like a fly screen on a submarine. Unfortunately, he's gone back to 6th now. He'll be 7th in a minute. Here's our race leader coming out of turn 4. 3 to go for Troy Russell. 2nd place is Lee Gooding and Atkinson. 4th place, 131 of Jaden Dredge, then Brian Brown. Behind them is Robbie Fisher, Peter Bryant. Robert Trapp now drops to 8th place. 2 laps to go for our race leader, 151 of Troy Russell. 2nd place, Lee Gooding just from the 37 car of Darryl Atkinson. Atkinson trying to come underneath of Gooding. Back in 4th place, Dredge and Brown having a ding-dong battle. White flag coming out. 1 lap to go for 151 Troy Russell. This is going to be a pretty quick time, but we have had A stoppage by the looks of it. Gooding in second place. On the outside, Atkinson drives around the outside of Gooding down there in turn number 2, going the clockwise direction. But come on, put your hands together for him. Another Tasmanian victory. Troy Russell first across the line. Second home will go the way of Daryl Atkinson. Lee Gooding third. Back in fourth place is going to be Jaden Dredge ahead of the 116 of Brian Brown. Another car with the whole side of the car fallen off. That's Peter Bryant. Robbie Fisher is next. And then Robert Locke and Robert Trapp. No time for the race due to the one stoppage. 4.427 was the winning margin.
He was your quick time man in Friday's official practice. Another heat win for you, Troy Russell. Give the Tasmanian fans something to cheer about up there on the hill.
Yeah, well, I better do something. I threw the last one away, so yeah, a bit tired and buggered, but yeah, bloody happy.
How's the read, mate? The track's been pretty demanding all night, but it looked like it was a bit easier that time around.
Oh yeah, just drive the wheels off her. She's fairly rugged out there, there's no doubt about it, but yeah, it's not for the faint-hearted.
No worries, mate. We'll let you get the car back in the pits, come up on the hill and watch the last 5 races.
Cheers, mate.
He is. Here we go. Set for a start, going the correct way, or the traditional way. Here we go, away and racing. Our race leader goes up into turn number 1. It was Andrew Norton. Coming around the outside of him was, well, there's about to be several cars by the looks of it. So head down the back straight. And out of turn 4 they come the first time. They're 3 wide behind Norton, who's up behind the 66 car, being driven by Stewie Robinson. Yellow lights have come on. We've got 65 Paul Hayes, who has spun right in front of us. And we will do it again. Heat number 29 of the national title. Full field. Waiting for the green flag. Brock's about to unfurl it. There it is. We're away and racing. Down the main straight, Andrew Norton from Broome leads them into turn number 1. Here comes Stewie Robinson round the outside as he did before. 6 of them fighting for the lead at the moment as they come into turn number 3 and 4. Down low on the track is Norton. Robinson will lead them out of 4 though. Norton is there, Jaden Edwards along with Hayes, Paul Joss from Western Australia and Reece Heinrich in the New South Wales 111. They're your top 6 at the moment as they move down the back straight. Out in front, Stewie Robinson. Edwards in second, Norton third. Down low on the track, as one car spins further back, is Reece Heinrich. That car got himself out of harm's way. The race will continue unless he sits there. He reversed himself off the track, now sits there, and the yellows have come on, and we've got ourselves a stoppage. Whoever he or she is. Here's the restart coming up once again. Into the main straight. Robinson, Edwards. The 45 car in third place. Andrew Norton, then Reece Heinrich, then Paul Hayes. Under turn 2 they go. A battle for the lead now. Robinson and Edwards have split the scene. They're out by about 5 or 6 car lengths. Andrew Norton in third place. Around the outside comes Reece Heinrich, the 2017 champion. So move into turn number 1 and 2. Back in 5th place, it's Hayes, then Joss, then Throckmorton. They're going pretty quickly now, but they're all up near the fence. So come into the main straight. Robinson, Edwards. Back in 3rd place, 111. Reece Heinrich, Norton, Joss, Hayes, Throckmorton. Using all of the racetrack down in Pitts Bend. Jaden Edwards is out after our race leader, Stewie Robinson. 3rd place is Reece Heinrich from Andrew Norton. Paul Joss from Western Australia up into 5th place now. Behind him is Ricky Throckmorton and Paul Hayes. Cade Cox is almost out of noise. They're further back in the field with Moss Buchanan, the veteran driver, at the tail. Jaden Edwards all over the back end of Stewie Robinson with half a dozen to run. They're certainly going to come up into lap traffic in the concluding stages. Reese Heinrich runs third. Paul Joss goes underneath of Andrew Norton into fourth place. Back then to Ricky Throckmorton, or is it the other way around? I think it might be Throckmorton that's gone into fourth. It's hard to see up here with the black cars, and it is Throckmorton into fourth. Joss comes underneath of Andrew Norton. Now they're coming up in between lap cars here for the lead. Jaden Edwards up behind Stewie Robinson. They've got between Cade Cox and also Moss Buchanan. Oh, we're in a car backwards, upside down. That's Andrew Norton. He was driving in reverse and rolled upside down on the fence. Red lights have come on. He's actually rolled the car into the infield, and that was spectacular. Andrew Norton was driving in reverse down the back. Dros?
Oh, I was just going to say, hopefully he's got his socks on this time.
He won't be restarting. The window net's down.
We might just quickly go over, see if we can't grab a quick word with him. Looks like he's A-OK. Hey, mate, we'll just grab a quick word. What was your take on that one, how it unfolded down there on the back straight, mate?
It was rather quick. That's about it. I got my good socks on, luckily.
No worries, mate. Made the trip over from Broome, and the cars, looks like obviously you drove it over here, so hopefully you'll be able to get it back out for tomorrow night.
I don't know, I haven't been out yet. What's it look like?
Oh, well, looks okay. It's been over on its lid, but yeah, you drove it over here, so hopefully you can get it sorted out and come back out for that fourth and final heat.
Yeah, I'll give it a go.
No worries, mate. Well, good luck with it, and hopefully you can get it sorted out.
Cheers.
So that's Andrew Norton. He hasn't had the best of nights, let's be honest. Disqualified in one race for some dodgy socks. Then somehow finds himself driving in reverse down the back straight and upside down. Yellow lights have gone out. We're about to get back underway. This is heat number 29 of 33. 5 laps remaining for Stewie Robinson, who is just the leader from Jaden Edwards, Reese Heinrich, Ricky Throckmorton and Paul Joss. Into the main straight they come. The green lights are back on. And we're away. Back in 6th place after that, Paul Hayes and Colin Peden and Moss Buchanan, and we've lost another car, Jamie Crutchley. So move down the back straight. This is far from over. The 111 car, the former national champion Reese Heinrich, is going to round them up on the outside if Jaden Edwards doesn't round up the leader on the inside. Robinson is the race leader from Heinrich and Edwards. Heinrich doing the big ones around the outside. So move out of turn number 2. Edwards down low, Heinrich up high, and it's still Stewie Robinson out in front. Following them through is Ricky Throckmorton and Paul Joss. Into the main straight they come. Robinson, Edwards back to 2nd place. Joss looking to come underneath of Ricky Throckmorton. That's for 4th and 5th. 2.5 to go. Edwards does a quick lap of the race. A 19.259. Yeah, throw a T-tail over the first 3 as they come out of turn number 4. 2 laps to go in heat number 29 of the national title. And it's Stewie Robinson. Heinrich back to 2nd place. And on the inside is Jaden Edwards from South Australia. They've got then Paul Joss on the outside and Ricky Throckmorton down the back straight. 1.5 laps left to go. Still on the inside, Jaden Edwards. Still on the outside, 111 of Reese Heinrich. And it's still Stewie Robinson in front. 1 to go. Heinrich goes back into 2nd place. Joss to 4th and Throckmorton 5th. Have a look at this for a finish. 3 of them locked together. It's still Robinson in front. Edwards on the inside. Heinrich in 3rd. And poor old Moss Buchanan is going to be right there in the finish as well. Out of 4 they come. 3 across the track. And Reese Heinrich drives around the pair of them. Reese Heinrich has got both of them on the line. Edwards got 2nd. And Stewie Robinson would be 3rd or 2nd. We'll have to wait. Stewie Robinson's timing didn't work on the last lap. We'll have to just get confirmation where he's finished. But Reese Heinrich has taken the win. And second place, as we have a look at it, is going to go to Stewie Robinson, Jaden Edwards third.
How about you make some noise for your ex-Australian champion, current New South Wales champion, Reece Heinrich. Reece, mate, hell of a drive on the outside. Got a few fans up there in turn number 1, mate. And that lap car, you reckon he come into play just on that last corner?
Yeah, look, something coming to play. I heard Stewie's car's starting to go off a bit, I reckon. I'm not too sure, but yeah, look, we had to have one last dive at it and it paid off. Had to try something running against the boards there. You know, Barry was running there earlier in the night and it was a rocket ship. I know the track's kind of opened up and chopped out a bit more since then, but we had to give something to go. We really needed the win.
And just quickly, mate, you're on a pretty good deal this year and you've repaid it with the New South Wales title to the car owners.
Yeah, mate, it's been a busy year, that's for sure. You know, there's so much I don't know about this car and there's so much we're all still learning about this car, so I think we're getting onto something. So, yeah, big thanks to the team.
No worries, mate. That was a hell of a drive. You can get up on the hill and watch the last few laps, few races now, mate, and good luck for the 4th and final heat tomorrow night.
Yeah, thanks heaps. Enjoy.
Here we go with heat number 30. We're getting straight into it. We didn't even get time for the grid. Oh, look at that. Oh, Evan Wakefield. He's either jumped the start or he's got the best start of all time from the 4th row. He's gone into the lead as they move out of turn number 2 and into the back straight where the green lights remain on. They're 4 wide and I'm not sure all of them are on the racetrack. The greens do stay on as they move down into turn number 3 and 4 the first time. Evan Wakefield would lead them into the main straight as they complete lap number 1. So move down into turn number 1 and 2 the second time. In second place it's Darren Forrest and then back in third place it's AJ Lawrence as they go down into turn number 2. Our race leader is Wakefield from Forrest. Back then to Lawrence. Brock Atkins as they come out of turn 3 and 4. It's a very big dust patch right there in turn number 3. But it's Wakefield, Forrest, then back to Lawrence, Foe, Brock Atkins, then Shane Roycroft, then Ben Barker, Clay Claridge. As they move out of 3 and 4 once again. Oh, the car on the outside, AJ Lawrence was a motorcycle there for a moment. Drove right round the outside of Darren Forrest, then back to Jason Foe. Shane Roycroft the next one through. Down the back section they go. Wakefield the race leader. Lawrence in second place. He's up high on the track. One even higher just went into the fence was Jason Foe. He's there in 4th. Further back in the field is the 82 of Roycroft. Then back to Aaron Bunton, 141, Brock Atkins and Ben Barker. Down the back straight, we've lost our race leader. He's gone back to 4th place. Evan Wakefield. He fights back on the inside, but out in front it's AJ Lawrence. Back then to Jason Foe now in second place. Evan Wakefield in 3rd. Then Roycroft, Forrest and Brock Atkins. Our race leader comes into turn number 3. We have a retiree on the infield. That's Timothy Humby. AJ Lawrence leads with half a dozen to go. Titanic struggle for the minor placings. Foe high on the track, that's Jason. Brock Atkins retires with a flat tyre. Behind Jason Foe is Evan Wakefield. Right there with him in 4th place is Shane Roycroft. So come into the main straight once again. Oh, Wakefield gets sideways. Roycroft around the outside. Back then to Forrest and Aaron Bunton. 4.5 to go for AJ Lawrence though. Well, we've got Shane Roycroft turned right in the left-hand turn. He lost 2 spots. Lawrence out in front. Second place is Jason Foe. Then Evan Wakefield in 3rd place. 4th place at this stage is Darren Forrest, Aaron Bunton coming under him. Behind them is Shane Roycroft, then Ben Barker. Craig Claridge is the next one through. Here's our leader. Dipping and diving, bopping and biving down the main straight. It's the 55 of AJ Lawrence. Jason Foe 2nd, Evan Wakefield in 3rd. Aaron Bunton up to 4th place now. Back then to Darren Forrest and Shane Roycroft. Here's 145, no coincidence there. Another car with no panels on the side. Here's our race leader though. Into the main straight. He now moves into the back straight. AJ Lawrence has 1.5 to go. Comes out of 3 and 4, well clear. He's 3.5 seconds clear of Jason Foe. White flag on display. Back in third place, it's Evan Wakefield. Fourth place would be that of Aaron Bunton, then Shane Roycroft and Darren Forrest. Further back after that is Ben Barker, Craig Claridge. And behind Craig Claridge is Robert Smith with only 3 panels on the car. Nothing on the right-hand side. Here's the checkered flag. AJ Lawrence first across the line. Second across the line will be the 17 adjacent foe. Wakefield third. Aaron Bunton just hung on. Then Roycroft, Forrest, Barker, Claridge and Robert Smith. 3 minutes 48.353 for the 12 laps. 4.621 the winning margin. And a 19.389 by AJ Lawrence. It's the way we saw heat number 30 of the national title. There are 3 to go.
As he takes the helmet off, make some noise for heat number 30 winner, AJ Lawrence. AJ, mate, you love this joint. You went pretty good here the last feature event about a month ago, and you brought the car out with a heat win and an Aussie title. Must feel pretty good.
Yeah, very happy with that. The track is a bit rough, but I love it. It's mint, yeah.
Getting a little bit hot in here, mate, so you just tore the passenger door off to let a bit of airflow into the driver by the looks of it.
Yeah, I need to get some airflow in here. It's too hot in here.
And just, I know you got a big crew that's come up, mate, from the Gippsland to support you this weekend. Just take the time to thank those guys.
Yeah, thanks, Mum, from watching home. Dad, Shane, that just changed all me rack and that. Mum, Nan, everyone up on the bank that's come and support me. And all my sponsors back home. Ramsdale Wreckers, Gippsland Racer Street, Arrow Line Marking, Alloway Cornsall.
No worries. Well, congratulations on the heat win, mate, and good luck for that 4th heat tomorrow night.
Thanks, mate.
Well, there you go. Heat 30 winner, AJ Lawrence.
All about set to go. Heat 31 of the national title here tonight. They come into the main straight. Green lights are activated. We're underway. Good dispatch to Nathan Barbara, leads them down into turn number 1. Corey Sando moves into 3rd place as they come out at turn number 2. And we've got a change in the lead, have we? No. Barbara holds on for the moment. David Barry comes charging round the outside. Back then to Sando in 3rd place. And now coming under Sando is Heath Thorne in the 52 car. Then we've got Brad McClure back there in 5th place. So they come out at turn number 2 and down the back straight here at Timmis. Our race leader is David Barry, the opening lap at 19.914. Back in 2nd place, Nathan Barbara, then Corey Sando, and then Heath Thorne. McClure is down low on the track, Thorne high, as Barbara's gone back into 3rd place, Sando into 2nd. Behind them, running right up near the concrete, they're 3 wide. Coming through now is Jack Barnwell from Western Australia. He's moved up to 6th, then Nigel Reichstein and Darren Giacometti as they come out at turn number 4 into the main straight yet again. Our race leader is the 84 car of David Barry. Sando in 2nd place, diving underneath and moving possibly into 3rd is Brad McClure, but driving round the outside was Heath Thorne, the youngster from South Australia. Now Jack Barnwell from WA comes up on the outside of Nigel Reichstein. Back there also is Giacometti and Nathan Barbara. So they come into the main straight. Right round the outside goes Barnwell into 5th place, around Barbara. So Barnwell goes around Barbara. Back there also was Reichstein. Barbara's gone back a few more spots as it's getting pretty willing for 4th, 5th, 6th and 7th place. Or make that 5th, 6th, 7th and 8th. Barnwell's been sped out. He's lost a whole side of the car. Giacometti's gone into 5th place. He's got a flat tyre, so Barnwell's bad night continues. Won a heat race, was disqualified, now gets a flat and he's OUT out. Into the main straight, have a look at the battle for the lead. Out in front, it's the 84 car of David Barry. Sando dives to the inside. Back there in 3rd place, not far behind them is Heath Thorne and Brad McClure. They run door handle to door handle down into pits bend. David Barry on the outside, Corey Sando on the inside, and the local is at the front. Sando in front, Barry fights back on the outside though. David Barry and Corey Sando have got 5 laps to go. Right behind them was another story. Brad McClure has a flat tyre, so McClure has to retire. Back in 3rd place is Heath Thorne. And Thorne might move into 2nd here. Looks like Sando lost some ground to Barry. So Barry's out in front, Sando in second place, Heath Thorne in third. Back in fourth place is Giacometti, and then back to Nigel Reichstein. Sixth place is Craig Buchanan. As they move out of turn number 2 and down the back straight, the race leader is David Barry. He'll have 3 to go. Sando in second place, Heath Thorne in third. So move down the main straight yet again. Back in fourth place would be that of Darren Giacometti, who did the quick lap of the race the last time around. In fact, he's now being passed by Reichstein. They move down the back straight. Lap traffic will play a part in the concluding stages. 2 laps to go here in heat number 31. Our race leader comes into the main straight. David Barry from Sando, Heath Thorne, Reichstein, Giacometti and Craig Buchanan. 1.5 laps left to go up on the lap counter. Our race leader coming up on the lap traffic now. Well, he's zig-or-zag. Hayden Jolly's the first car he's got to get past. This is a chance now for Sando to close the gap. He hasn't passed him yet. The white flag is out. Jolly goes down low on the track. Sando giving great chase. They move out of turn 2 the final time. Back then to Heath Thorne in third. Back then to Reichstein, Giacometti and Buchanan. They head down into turn 3 and 4 the last time. And it will be David Barry first across the line. Just ahead of him is Lee Harrison. But it's Barry first. Then back to Corey Sando in second. Third place is the 52 of Heath Thorne. 114 Nigel Reichstein, Darren Giacometti. Back then to Craig Buchanan, Nathan Barbler and Jamie Owens. And that's the way we finished in heat number 31. 3 minutes 59.371 the time. The winning margin.
Down here with heat winner David Barry. David, mate, this thing's been dynamite up on the top side all night, and you've finally got that heat win.
Yeah, I like to drive on the top, so yeah, it's up there, so that's good. Yeah.
And your campaign this weekend, mate, people that have come down or come up for this race for you guys, mate, and support you?
Yeah, a couple of mates have come up and helped me all weekend, and yeah, no, it's been good.
No worries. All right, we'll let you get back in the pits. I think there's 3 races left to go, or 2 races left to go, mate. You can come up and watch those, and good luck for your 4th and final heat tomorrow night.
Yeah, no worries. Thank you.
Thanks for those that are still with us on the grassy bank. Still like there's a good crowd here. All about set to go. 12 laps on the time clock. Second last time tonight. Out of turn 4. Sean McClure in the 44 will lead them to the green lights. We're away and racing. On the outside, Donald Irving got the best of the dispatch though. As they head down into turn number 1, there's 5 black cars, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th and 6th as they move out of turn number 4. And Robbie Foe, I think, was down low on the track. He might be in 3rd place. As they move into turn number 3, Donald Irving is the leader. The yellow lights have come on. Apparently that was a little bit too adventurous for the officials' liking, and we'll do it again. Oh, we've lost a bonnet off a car. We're about to go green. Hopefully this is only the second last time Brock has to wave the green flag downstairs. Here he goes. 8 cars remain. Green lights are on. There we go. The green flag's on display. And it's Donald Irving who leads them into turn number 1. They are 4 wide down there. Might be late in the night. They're still charging hard into the back straight. Our race leader, Donald Irving, leads them up into turn number 3 and 4. Robbie Foe is mid-pack. Down low on the track is the 83 car of Scott Mason. Sorry, 93 of Ben Whitehead. Jason Jules there in 2nd place. Dan Druitt's in there. Matt Nelson, Chris Watmore. And Robbie Foe riding the wall over there on turn number 2 goes back to 6th place. So Irving, the race leader. Doesn't matter how much water they put down there. There's a huge big dust storm being brought up, and Whitehead has a flat tyre and he's gone. So Whitehead retires. Irving out in front from Jason Jewell. 3rd place is Dan Druitt, then Matt Nelson in 4th place. They come out of 3 and 4. Might have a new race leader. Jason Jewell down low on the track, hits the front. Oh, you can hear the noise as the 2 collided here in the main straight. Right round the outside comes another one, and that would be Dan Druitt to take the lead. So head up into turn 3 and 4. Down low on the track, Donald Irving. In the middle, Jason Jewell. They hit again. Robbie Foe spins himself out down here in turn number 1. He's not moving either. There'll be a restart coming up for sure and certain. On come the caution lights.
Just quickly, Jason, that's actually turn number 4. I know it's late.
What about Irving thinks he's there? He'll be in third. Robbie Foe catches up now. About to go green. There's the green lights back on. They're away and racing. And it's Daniel Druitt out in front. Jason Jewell in second. Donald Irving third. Robbie Foe's already rounded up one car, which was Scott Seacombe. So head into the back straight. Donald Irving's been passed also by Matt Nelson. So move into turn number 3 and 4. Your race leader is that of Daniel Druitt as they come out of turn 3 and 4 and into the main straight. Daniel Druitt out in front. Jason Jewell giving chase. Back then to Nelson, Irving, Watmore, Foe and Seacombe. They start to spread themselves out. Donald Irving is under pressure now though for 4th place. He shuts the door. And while he's shutting the door on Chris Watmore, Robbie Foe might round them both up. He's got Watmore. Inquiry flag has come out on one of those 3 cars. So head up into the top turn. Robbie Foe is going to go around Irving and Watmore. They're 3 wide. Irving comes out the better of the 3. Our race leader comes into the main straight though, Daniel Druitt from Jason Jewell and then Matt Nelson. And it's Robbie Foe who's getting the inquiry flag. So head down into the back straight once again. Our race leader has got 4 to go this time around. It's the Big D in car number 26 who leads them through. Daniel Druitt, 118, Jason Jewell in second place, then Matt Nelson. Back in 4th place, Donald Irving, Robbie Foe under inquiry, then 148, Chris Watmore and Scott Seacombe. They start to spread out now with only a couple of laps left to run. 3 to go, in fact, as they come out of turn number 4. Into the main straight, Daniel Druitt the leader. Second place, 118, Jason Jewell. Then back in 3rd place is Matt Nelson. Irving 4th, then Robbie Foe. Then back to 149, Chris Watmore and Scott Seacombe. 2 laps to go this time around for our race leader, Daniel Druitt, who is well clear. He's out by 2.5 seconds. Back in 2nd place, it's the 118 of Jason Jewell. 64 of Matt Nelson is 3rd. And we've got 1 car up in the fence further back. That is Scott Seacombe. He continues on, but he's a long last. So move down the main straight once again. Daniel Druitt comes up and gets the white flag. 1 lap to go. 2nd place is 118 Jason Jewell. 3rd place Matt Nelson. 4th is Donald Irving. And 5th place is Robbie Foe. Back then to Watmore. And the last of the 7 running in this particular heat, the 2nd last of the night, it's Scott Seacombe. But here's our winner. Put your hands together for him. Daniel Druitt first across the line. 2nd is going to be close, but Jason Jewell will get there. Matt Nelson 3rd, Donald Irving 4th. Robbie Foe will be 5th. 6th place Chris Watmore and Scott Seacombe will be 7th. No time for the race due to the stoppages. The winning margin is 2.892 seconds. And the quick lap was by Dan Druitt with a 19.268. He defeats Jason Jewell and Matt Nelson in the 2nd last.
Come on, Mildura, as he takes the helmet off. How about you make some noise for Big D Dan Druitt? No chance of the window net falling out of this girl. Big D, mates, you've been top on points after night 1 an Aussie title before. You managed to finish 4th that year as well, mate. Must feel pretty good, though, getting 2 wins in front of your home crowd.
Yeah, no, it was awesome after the first heat. I didn't think we'd be able to pull that one off the rear, but the car's a weapon, and just getting some more time back in it's really doing well.
Yeah, that's it. Another quick lap time for you, mate, in that one as well. So you're sitting pretty good after your 3 heats. We'll get back in the pits and watch this last heat race, mate.
Thanks, Druzzy.
There you have it, your heat 32 winner, Big D Dan Druitt. Let's hear it for him once again. Marty Kelly, and rounding out your field, the T146 of Brendan Green. This is your final heat race for the Mental Raceway Speedway Sedan's National Street Stock title.
Yes, indeed. Here we go for the lucky last time tonight. They're away, and Casey Staker takes the lead. Terry Hammond from Tasmania goes into second. Wade fell back to third. They're three across the track as they move out of turn number 2 in the lucky last heat number 33 of tonight. It's Casey Staker who's up behind our race leader as they move out of turn 4. It's Terry Hammond, the leader. They're three across the track still. Wade fell in the middle. On the outside comes Jaden Blomley in car number 63. Staker back to third. Mark Jennings dives down low on the track. Goes under Staker as well as they move out of turn number 2 and back down the back straight. Out in front is Terry Hammond from Tasmania in 1-1-0. Second place is going to be the 121 of Mark Jennings. On the outside of him is Jaden Blomley in 63. Staker is next, then Chris Hay. Jaden Dredge is next. Then the 79 of Wade Fell as they move down the main straight. Our race leader is Terry Hammond. Here they come. The challengers are out after him. Jaden Blomley comes back underneath of 121 of Mark Jennings. The leader made a hash of turn number 4. It's Terry Hammond just in front. Jennings rounds him up on the outside. Back then to Jaden Blomley in third place as they go into Pitts Bend. On the fourth place is Casey Staker, then Chris Hay. But it's 121. Mark Jennings who takes the lead. Jaden Blomley goes into second place. Terry Hammond back to third. Jaden Blomley might be in front. They come out of turn 4. Blomley hits the front. Then Jennings comes back on him on the outside. Back in third place it's Terry Hammond, then Casey Staker. Chris Hay is fifth. Back then to Andrew Burgoyne and Brendan Green. They're side by side down the back straight in the lucky last. It's 121. Mark Jennings on the outside. The inside is Jaden Blomley as they come into the main straight. Third place is that of 110 Terry Hammond, then Casey Staker. Then we've got Chris Hay in fifth place. They're still side by side. They're diving, bouncing up and down on the spot. Down the back straight once again. 6.5 to go. It's Mark Jennings just in front. Jaden Edwards throwing everything at him. Edwards comes back on the inside. Blomley comes back on the inside. Jaden Edwards. Jaden Blomley, I'm getting all crossed up. It's getting a little bit late, but Blomley's out in front. Jennings back to second place. Third place is that of Terry Hammond, then Casey Staker. As we've got another retiree, the 57 has gone to Matthew Lyons. They come out of turn 3 and 4, and Jaden Blomley takes up the running. Down the main straight, Jennings to fight back. Back in third place, Terry Hammond. Casey Staker is fourth. Fifth place is anybody, said 3 across the track. 1-4-6 goes into fifth place, Brendan Green. Then we've got Andrew Burgoyne and Chris Hayes in that group as well. As they come out of turn 3 and 4, there'll be 4 laps to go on Jaden Blomley. Can Mark Jennings mow him down? Back in third place, Terry Hammond, then Casey Staker. Back in fifth place is then Brendan Green, Andrew Burgoyne and Chris Hayes next. So move out of turn 2. The leader hits the fence and is going to bring 1-2-1 of Mark Jennings back into the picture. Jaden Blomley just in front. Jennings fights back on the inside. They have 3 laps to go in the lucky last. It's Blomley and Jennings. Back then to Terry Hammond in third place, and then Casey Staker. Into Pitts Bend they go once again. Jennings might get under Blomley here. Gives him a tap on the back end. Jennings is out after Jaden Blomley. There'll be 2 to go this time around. Jaden Blomley down low on the track. Jennings mid-track as they come into the main straight of the lucky last. Heat 33. They cross the line together. 0.095 of a second separating them. Mark Jennings drives back around the outside, and Jennings is back in front. Back in second place, it's that of Jaden Blomley. Back in third is Terry Hammond, then Casey Staker. But the veteran driver who won this event 23 years ago comes into the main straight and will get himself the white flag. 1 lap to go in the lucky last. Jaden Blomley hasn't given up. Back there in third place, Terry Hammond, then Casey Staker, and then Brendan Green. They go down the back straight for the final time. Blomley and Jennings into turn 3 the final time. Blomley's going to come underneath of Jennings out of 4. It's going to be Jennings, Blomley. Jennings gets him on the line. Jennings first, Jaden Blomley second. Look at this for a finish. Casey Staker gets up for third. Terry Hammond fourth, and then Brendan Green. Back in sixth place is Andrew Burgoyne. Marty Kelly is next. Then Wade Fell and Chris Hay rounds out the field. 4 minutes 5.662 in the lucky last. The winning margin is 0.186 and the quick lap of 19.620 to Jaden Blomley. But it's Mark Jennings first, Jaden Blomley second, and Casey Staker is third.
Down here with heat race winner Mark Jennings, just getting some fluids into him. Jeno, mate, that's what Street Stock's about. Great side-by-side racing from the drop of the green right to that checkered flag, and put on a hell of a show, mate.
Yeah, no, that was good with young Bromley. Yeah, he's not a bad little steer, eh? So, but no, I wanted some points a bit harder than him, so we had to have a bit more of a crack. And once I got back and past him, I went to the gutter a bit and protected the gutter. And I knew he wouldn't go around the top because it was a bit rugged up there. That's why I went there to start with. So, but no, the track's, it is what it is, and we're just trying not to put these things in the fence. But I'd like to thank all my sponsors and my missus and the little one for coming, and everyone that supports me in the pits. And without them guys, we just can't do what we do. And thank to Mildura Speedway and BMS Earthworks and all that too.
You've won this event before, mate, here at the venue. What would it mean to you to win another one, 23 years late after you won the first one?
Oh, look, it'd be amazing, like, I'm not young anymore and these kids are pretty excited and, but look, we've got a good car and I try to keep my head sometimes. It's a bit hard, but I just like to have a crack and we'll see how we go. If we make the big dance, it's 40 laps and hopefully a bit of age might come into it with a bit of experience.
No worries, mate. Well, we'll let you get back in the pits, get this car all checked out tomorrow, and good luck for that fourth and final heat.
Cheers, Draz.
Well, there you have it. Heat number 33 winner, Mark Jennings. And if you think...